Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Steptoe and Son Down Under.
Oh, there's a funny smell in here. Oh, it's on the bottom of my wellies. Well, I trod my boots in. Oh, God. They shouldn't be allowed to keep kangaroos off there. That's insanitary, that is. Hang on. Just a minute. Yeah, koala bears, is that better? Is that nicer? Yeah, it's marvellous stuff, this deodorant. I had my first mix-up with an Australian over this. I goes into a chemist. I said to this Australian chemist lady, I said, could I have a deodorant, please? She said, too right, you can. She said, do you want the roll-on ball type? I said, no, it's for under the arm. Oh, God, hang on a minute, will you? My feet are killing me from all the walking about I used to do with that horse and cart in England. All my toes, they're swelled up like globe artichokes, they are. You wouldn't believe you had to walk with an horse and cart, would you? Don't you believe it? You ought to see the tread on my wellies. Honestly, if the police saw the tread on my wellies, they'd have me off the road, they would. You see, he's too old, that horse. He is far too old. You see, you're supposed to be able to tell a horse's age by its teeth. Ours ain't got any. It's no good giving it a lump of sugar. You've got to give it granulated. You've got to pour it down its throat with a dirty big funnel like that. No, make a noise when he slurps it down and all turns my stomach right over, he does. Now, he's well gone, that horse. He's far too well gone. I was thinking of having a set of teeth made for him. Be 24 piano keys like that on an horseshoe. Be a couple of black ones here and there, but he won't mind. No, you see, he's too old. I mean, every time I takes the shafts away, he falls over. I have to spray starch his legs before I can get him out of the stable in the morning. Well, I would have had him put down years ago if it hadn't been for my old man. Mind you, I'd have had the old man put down if it hadn't been for the RSPCA. I know, he's such a moody horse, honest to God. He's a real moody... I'll give you an example. Now, I'm going to Australia House before it comes over here. You know the traffic there is shocking, isn't it? Shocking. Do you know, I've queued up so long in the lanes of traffic to get through there that the Housing Commission's put me down for a unit. I'm sitting there, you know, and I'm nodding off, just dozing away. And suddenly, there's this little old lady, and she's jumping up and down, you see, in front of the horse, waving her umbrella. I says, madam, please, do be careful. You're going to get a hoof right up the kilt. She says, young man, I'm trying to cross the road. I said, well, can't you see down there is a zebra crossing? She says, I hope it's having better luck than I am, and shot straight to his legs. He goes up in the air, sits down, turns round, looks at me, and he goes, just like that. Now, I don't know if you know anything about horses, but when an horse looks at you and goes, that horse is thinking, one step nearer, and I'll kick you right in the... Yeah, I suppose at this moment, I would sincerely like to thank the Australian immigration authorities for allowing this poverty-stricken pom to set foot in this wonderful country. Because I've immigrated. Yeah, I'm a new chum. I'm not just a visitor. Mind you, I was very lucky to get in because the English quota was pretty full up, but they squeezed me in at the last minute. I met the rest of the English quota on the boat coming over. They're a nice couple, you'll like them. Italians they were. Well, they'd been resident in London for 6 months, so Australia, I thought they qualified, you know. But there again, I had to prove relatives over here, you know. Oh, it wasn't easy. Now, very few people know this, but my grandfather was a very famous Australian cricketer. No names, no pecker. Now, I don't want you to put this about, but my father was born out of wedlock. That shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody. Yes, he's a child of love. It's funny to think of him being a child of love, isn't it? It's ridiculous. Well, it would appear that on the Australian tour of 1902 at the Oval, my grandfather was fielding on the boundary. And England were, as usual, playing magnificently and not scoring too many runs. So my grandfather started chatting up my grandmother in the crowd with such Australian phrases as, hello, Sheila. What a pair of norks. Care to play hide the Frankfurter? Anyway, rumour has it that my father was conceived at deep mid-off between the Kennington Road end and the gas holders at 38 for 7 in the second innings. Imagine my grandfather must have been a good fielder. It was 38 for 8 before he finished. Apparently he stuck his backside in the air and caught Don Bradman on the crease or something. No, I don't know nothing about cricket. I'm glad it wasn't the West Indians we were playing. Instead of collecting old drums, my old man would have been playing the bleeders up. Now, I suppose at this moment in time, you're all wondering, when are we going to see his old man? Well, you're not. No, I've left him at home because he's rotten to me, honestly. I'll give you an example. This was the final splitting up between us. A final splitting up it was. I takes him on holiday to Bognor. And I takes him in this hotel. Oh, it is beautiful. Oh, it's so old. It's all Tudor, you know, with beams and there's thatch and it's beautiful. Gorgeous place. And it's so old that the landlady said that Queen Elizabeth I slept in our room. I said, Queen Elizabeth I? How can you tell that? She says, if you look under the bed, you'll see a round ring on the carpet where she used to leave her crown overnight. Anyway, they've got a dinner dance going on in this here hotel, see? So I thought, all right, we'll try it out. I takes old misery guts down. Straight away, he puts his foot in it. The waiter comes over and said, before dinner, would monsieur care for an aperitif? He says, I brought me own. Now, at the next table, there's a mother and her daughter. Oh, lads, talk about rumpo. Oh, truly, really rumpo. And the mother was no old boiler neither, you know. So I thought, we've got to be away here. So I said to the old man, now look here, you. I said, I'm going to invite this mother and her daughter over to the table for a drink. Now, when they get here, I don't want you swearing before her mother. He says, no, I'll let the old cow get in first. I took him upstairs, I slung him in bed. He's in there about an hour, and he's kicking and thrashing about, you know. I said, what's the matter? You been at the Cenopods again? He says, no. He says, the band downstairs is keeping me awake. So I'll be potty. He says, I'm going to stop it. I said, Dad, please, no, not in your nightgown, please. He shut off. He come back. I said, how'd you get on? He says, all right. He says, I kicked him right in the middle of his arrangements. That stopped him. I said, but Dad, the shame and disgrace in your nightgown, they'll all recognise us at breakfast. He says, no, they won't. I own my nightgown above my head. Could have killed him. Anyway, that was enough for me. I shot through. I was out of it. I sold the house to 12 Pakistanis. The yard, the horse, the stables, 300 quid the lot. And I decided to get out. Of course, I couldn't tell him to his face I was going. He'd have had another heart attack. I mean, every time I want to do anything, he has an heart attack. He's had 25 this year alone. And I started smuggling a bit out each day, you know, because he sticks closer to me than a 32-inch bra on Reckwell Welsh, I'll tell you. And I've got the shirts going and a bit going out. And then suddenly one day, I seize my chance. He goes to the dunny. Now, I know he's in for a long session because he's taken the sporting life in with him. So I shove the bolt across, bangs the iron bar up against it, and I shoots through out of there quicker than a Bondi Zoomer, I can tell you. And I'm here. And I'm free to start my new career as an entertainer. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, suddenly it's Harold Steptoe.
So there you are, you callous little bleeder. Thought you got rid of me, did you?
How did you find me?
No thanks to you. 8 days I was locked in that dunny. Roaring and screaming I was, could have starved to death. I'd still be there if I hadn't used me noodle.
How did you get out?
I wrote an SOS message, put it in my medicine bottle, popped it down the dunny and pulled the chain.
Oh, God!
It took 2 days to get to the sewage farm.
What an ingenious little dwarf you are. Fellow your size, you could have dived down a pan and swum there yourself. You nosy little toe rag. Honestly, you should be in MI5, you should. Give him a sniff of his helmet, he could find Martin Bormann.
Yeah.
Who told you I was over here?
Ah! You're choking me!
And enjoying every minute of it, no, I'll tell you. Who told you what's over here? Before I left, I gave me an address and a card to 2 people, that is all.
Dolly Clackett told me.
I didn't give her one.
I know you didn't. You should have. She was dying for one. That's why she told me.
Then who told her then?
Another one of your bits of crumpet. Dolly, well done, Daphne.
Yes. I did give her one, yes.
I know you did. Indeed, I know you did. She's up the duff.
Hey!
Triplets, the doctor thinks it's going to be.
Triplets? Who were the other 2 fellas then?
All of it she was. Couldn't wait to tell Dolly and all the folk down at the Skinner's Arms. Harold's sending for me when he's settled.
She is a liar. Honestly, she's got a bigger mouth on her than Linda Lovelace, that bird has.
Yeah, I wouldn't go back to the Skinner's Arms if I was you.
No?
They all reckon it was your fault. The things Dolly's not going to do to you. She told me. Last time I saw her, she was stropping a razor. And believe me, it's not your head she wants served up on a silver plate.
Yeah, well, thank you for bringing all the news from home.
Not at all.
It's been very nice.
It's been a pleasure.
I would have missed it for the world.
No, neither would I.
No, it's been nice to see you again.
It's been very nice to see you, son.
And I don't quite know how to say this, but...
Oh, well, go on, son. Try.
Sod off.
What do you mean, sod off?
Well, I thought that would have been obvious even to someone of your limited vocabulary. The verb off to sod, conjugated thus. The singular, I sod off, thou soddest off, he, she, or it sods off. Yeah. The plural, we sod off, they sod off, you sod off. Derivation is sod, a piece of turf, an area of grass. Thus, to sod off is keep off the grass. Get off my patch, all right? There's a Singapore Airways flight leaving for London tonight. You're going to be on it, all right?
Well, I can't be on it.
Why not?
I know where off to sod to. You sold the house, over me head, 12 Pakistanis. I can't go back there. They'd make soup out of me.
They wouldn't get a cupful. Well, you're not stopping here.
I've got to. I come on an assisted passage.
You can go back on an assisted passage and all, the end of my welly boot.
That's right. Kick an old man when he's down.
You lie down and I'll will, I'll tell you.
That's right. Put the boot in. This is all the thanks you get for skimping and saving, doing without yourself, bringing up your family. I took the bread out of my own mouth to give to you.
Oh, God, don't remind me.
You never went short.
I didn't get rickets through overeating, did I?
Worked me fingers to the bone.
Well, that didn't take long, did it?
Never went anywhere.
Why, you were down a boozer every night with me outside with a bottle of lemonade.
Never married again.
No one would have you.
No, it wasn't that. I had a motherless baby on my hands. I got the Father of the Year award, you know. There's nothing I don't know about babies.
All right, Dr. Spock. What do you do when a baby is cutting its teeth?
Take the scissors off him.
He's thick, you see. He's so thick.
Yeah, providing for his education.
Till the age of 12.
Yeah. Nursing him through his little illnesses.
Oh, God, from you, you dirty old man. Dirty, dirty, dirty.
And then, in the twilight of your years, your body all aching and racked with pain, you seek him out, your only son, expecting to spend the last few remaining months of heart attack, or maybe weeks with my heart in the bosom and warmth of your own happy family. And what do you get?
Sod off. You still here? All right, I'm lumbered. But I'm warning you. 1 foot out of line. And I shall take you walkabout in the bush. I shall take the first funnel web spider I see. I shall stick it right up your funnel. All right?
Right.
Good.
Right. Good.
Right, now you're here. What do you propose doing?
Well, same as we did at home. They got rubbish out here, haven't they?
They have now you've come, mate, I'll tell you that. What are you going to do then?
Well, I thought we'd look around the city. You know, the worst parts.
There he goes, on his toes, said the bastard from the bush. And then what?
And then I thought I'd move in with you.
With me?
Yeah.
But I've only got one bed.
Well, we could share it.
Me, sleep in the same bed as you. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I'm sure there's room for 2 beds.
That doesn't diminish the prospect one little bit. Once them great boots come off, living in the same house as you is a test of endurance.
Yeah.
Look, I want my own room, Dad. I'm entitled to my own room, the privacy of my own room, in my own room.
Why? What do you do in there?
What do you mean, what do I do in there? I don't do nothing.
Well, if you don't do nothing, what do you want a room of your own for?
Pulling.
Pulling what?
Pulling birds to my room.
Yeah, get off. You've never pulled a bird over here yet, have you?
No, but a man can live in hopes. What's the point of spending half the night trying to lure a Sheila up to my bedroom, now you're sitting up in bed picking your toenails?
No, honest. I won't be no trouble. I won't get in the way. We'll find a nice, cheap little place.
Yes.
With a nice little yard.
Yes.
And we'll buy a
Nice little horse and cart.
Yeah.
You daft Burke. Do you think I've come all this way, 12,000 miles, merely to become an Antipodean rag and bone man? This is the new country, Dad. This is the lucky country. I mean, a man can make his fortune over here.
Can he?
If he don't get caught. I mean, over here, a man can breathe. A man can walk tall.
Huh? Me as well?
Yeah, I don't see why not. Give it 6 months out here, even you'd be 6'3".
What? And everything in proportion.
You dirty old devil. Oh, God. Yeah, but you settle down a bit now. You settle down a bit. Mind you, I must admit, there's some lovely birds over here.
Oh, they're all lovely.
But you've got everything you see here, Dad. They've got mountains, what reaches to the moon. And they've got grasslands as flat as a witch's tit. Or an emu's droppings on the plains. Everything is so big out there. Do you know how far it is from that little pointy bit, what sticks up at the top, to that little round bit which hangs about down the bottom?
No.
That must be a good 1,000 miles.
Oh, never.
Well, 750 then.
Well, that sounds more like it.
You've got to think in big terms here, Dad, because everything is so big.
Yeah, I know. I've seen them birds on the beaches.
Yeah, they're lovely, aren't they? Oh.
Smashing. Especially the mature ones.
Yeah, well, they're not doing
Plenty of meat on them. Great big size they've got. Real walnut crushers. Oh, get one of them across, you wouldn't get up and hurry.
That's true, oh God. Here, come on, settle down. I don't want to be the recipient of an embarrassing death certificate.
What?
I was just thinking what Rudolph Murdoch would make out of that. Paralysed Pom found shagged out on St Kilda's beach. I'd never live it down. You just stick to walking tall. But I'll tell you something though, the birds here, they do go a bit far the way they dress.
Do they?
Now, I'm at the bus stop, see, waiting to come here tonight.
Yeah.
And there's this bird, she gets off at the bus, and she's topless.
Topless?
Well, half topless.
Which half?
That's the right half.
Was it hanging?
Right out.
Oh, go on.
I was so embarrassed. I looked at her for a good 5 minutes, you know. I said, Madam, please, put it away. She says, oh, God, I've left the baby on the bus.
Yeah, you're right. There's some rare old rumpo out here. You could find yourself a nice Australian bird and I'll pick myself a big, buxom widow woman and we'll have a ball.
Oh, no, you won't.
Why not? I bet you'll be at it.
No, I will not be at it, as you so succinctly put it. As a matter of fact, I shall be very far from it. I've wasted far too much of my life on the adolescent, pubescent, quiescent quest of trying to get my end away.
Yeah.
In future, I shall be concentrating on my new career.
What's that?
I'm in show business, Dad.
It ain't showed so far.
What a droll little fellow you are. Do you mind if I laugh at that?
Show business. A singing rag and bone man.
I'm not just a singer. I does a bit of everything. I does impressions, I does singing, I does dancing. I'm a sort of a white, two-eyed Christian Sammy Davis. Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles.
Cobblers.
Yeah, I plays them as well.
Yeah, I'm not bothered about show business. Let's stick to what we know. I've been a rag and bone man all my life. I'm too old to change now. Let's buy a horse and cart and start again.
Ladies and gentlemen, a recitation. It was Christmas Day in the harem, and the eunuchs were lining the walls.
Mind you, I wouldn't buy one of them Australian horses.
In strode the harem master, walking his marble halls.
Load of rubbish.
He said, "What would you like for Christmas, lads?" And the eunuchs all shouted.
Have you seen them?
No, they didn't. They shouted, "We haven't quite made up our minds yet." You're determined to go on. What are you going on about?
Australian horses.
Are you going to be like this going on all night?
Yeah. Have you seen them?
No, I haven't. I've been far too busy with my singing and my dancing.
They're funny great things. Great big long back legs and big thick tails. Little tiny short front legs. And they're always sitting down.
Always sitting down?
Yeah. I think it must be the weather.
Yeah, I expect it is.
Mind you, if you poke them with a stick, they don't half jump.
God, I bet they do.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't enter them from the Melbourne Cup. Or the Grand National. They'd clean up.
Yes, yeah. Oh, there again, Princess Anne could get her legs across one. Enter it for the Olympics. She'd have a clear round every time.
Yeah.
No need to leave the baby at home, neither. She can stick it down the pouch at the front, can't she?
Yeah, that's a good idea. What are you talking about? Horses don't have pouches.
And they don't have great big bums and big tails and little feet like that, you daft pillock. Them wasn't horses what you saw.
Yeah.
Marsupials.
Mind your language.
Marsupials is a species of animal indigenous and peculiar to the subcontinent of Australasia, otherwise known as emus, wallabies, drongos and the such like.
Yeah, big head. How was I supposed to know? I've never been here before.
Well, neither had Captain Cook, but he didn't write down in his log, "Funny great horses jumping about all over Botley Bay." Have we got any bachelors in here tonight? Yeah, you don't know what you're missing till you get married. Then you don't half miss it, I can tell you. Once a week after you've done the garden, if you're lucky. I'll be down the boozer. If you're not back at 1 o'clock, I'll bring your dinner in. Hey, I've got to tell you this. I had a mate of mine. He gets married. So he just come away from England. This is true. He's in the insurance business, see? And he's such a fool. He shouldn't have got married. I mean, he was putting his policies about all over the place, you know. And so I got to put him as best mate. And he gets married in the registry office. It goes down on a Friday. And they said, "We're closed for the weekend." He said, "Well, can I have a cover note till Monday?" But he was stupid. He married his wife. Was dead jealous. You know, every night she used to search his clothing to see if she could find a hair of another woman. Blonde, blue, black, brunette. She didn't care as long as she found another hair. After 6 months, she had a breakdown. She says, "Who's this bald-headed woman you're going out with?" I've got to tell you this week, the reason my Auntie Ada, or Potty Ada as my old man calls her, because he hates her. Yeah, do you know what he bought her for Christmas? A lavatory brush. Yeah, he met her about 2 weeks later and he says, "How are you getting on with the lavatory brush, Ada?" She said, "Smashing, but we've gone back to using paper." That's why he calls her Potty Ada. Anyway, it's a shame, we shouldn't laugh at her because her husband, George, who was a lovely fella, he passed over, you see, and Ada's distraught. She goes to one of these spirituals, and we're all sat down there, you know, and she's, "Anybody there? Anybody there?" And suddenly this voice says, "Hello, Ada." She says, "Hello, George." She says, "What's it like over there?" He says, "Oh, it's smashing." So we get up in the morning. He says, "We have a swim, then we have a fly round, then we have sex, then we have his breakfast." He says, "Then we fly around a bit more, we have a big long swim, then we have more sex, then we have his lunch, then we fly round, and then we have more swimming, then we have a big long orgy, then we get our head down for the night." She says, "It must be lovely in heaven." He says, "What makes you think I'm in heaven?" He says, "I'm a duck on the pond." Hello, Father.
Hello, Harold. Where are you then?
Clapham High Road, all the traffic has been halted. 'Cause that rotten, useless hay-bag's gone and bolted.
Hello, Harold.
Hello, Father.
Don't get yourself in a lather. Tell me calmly and not too quick.
Well, this wasp flew by and bit him on the zoo brick. He's broke his traces, startled faces. He's bit a shopper. He kicked a copper. Just married newly.
Where?
In the ghoulie. And it's gone the colour of a Chinese coolie.
Calm down, Harold. Don't throw a wobbler. Disregard that swollen cobbler. You can drape it in a pelmet, and in future keep it covered with his helmet.
Come and help me,
Sergeant.
Father, help me, please. I'll never catch that Hercules. He's going to take some stopping. My Goldie's going shopping. Help me, Father, grab a bus and come on over. He's eating a cashmere pullover.
Oh, God, there can't be more.
He's just crept on Myers' new floor.
Hello, Harold. I'm still talking. Don't throw a bottle. Keep your corking. I'll get me bike out. Bring the clothesline. I'll lasso that silly sod in next to no time.
Hello, Father.
I'm still listening.
He's in church now, at a christening.
Get him out, son. We'll be liable.
It's all right, the vicar's dropped him with his Bible. It's all over. It's all finished. Hercules has been diminished.
Well, just don't stand there. Grab his halter. Bring him round with half a pint of holy water.
Ah, it was no good. I had to stick him on a cart, get me between the shafts and drag him home myself.
You're a rotten rag and bone man.
I'm not a rotten bowman.
Yes, you're a rotten rag and bone man. Oh, Harold, can't you see? You're no good on your own, not without me. Pack it up and come home with me. What's the matter with the mother country?
There's nothing the matter with the mother country. If they could put an umbrella on it when it rains, it'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
But this is my country now, Dad. This is the Bonza country. Advanced Australia Fair. Oh, Dad, you've got to admit they're a beaut bunch of blokes over here.
Oh, yeah. I like Australians. I fought with them in the trenches, you know.
Oh, God.
1418 war.
Here we go.
Big, tall blokes they were. You could always tell an Australian trench. It was deeper. Mad buggers they were with it. Do you know how they used to hand grenade the German trenches?
No.
They used to bowl them to each other and bat them across with cricket bats. Mind you, it was a bit dicey if you'd a slow bowler on.
Yeah. Must have been a bit dodgy if they beat the batsman as well, mustn't it?
Yeah, lost a lot of wicket keepers that way.
I bet they did.
God, I made a shocking mistake one day.
What was that then?
They sent in a left-hander.
Go on.
Oh, it was gruesome. Ghastly.
Oh, no, don't tell me. I can't stand that kind of
Grizzly.
stuff. All my teeth on it, don't.
He blew up our field kitchen.
Oh, God.
Yeah, corned beef and custard all over the barbed wire. Oh, it was
You finished?
No. Did I ever tell you the Christmas Day I spent in the trenches?
Yes, you told me.
When everything suddenly went quiet?
You told me.
Yeah, not a gun being fired along the whole front.
You told me.
And then, all of a sudden, Jerry started singing hymns.
Hinging?
Yeah. We started singing hymns. And then, like a signal had been given, we looked over the top of our trench.
And Jerry looked over the top of his trench.
And then what happened? we sort of waved. And then what happened? They waved back!
Right. Give us a kiss, Tommy. Have you finished now?
No.
Oh, God.
Then we climbed out of our trenches with our Christmas puddings and bottles of beer from home. And they climbed out of their trench with their sausages and sauerkraut and the bottles of wine.
Yeah.
And we met in the middle of no man's land and had Christmas dinner together. Me and this German bloke.
Happy Christmas.
I drank out of his bottle. He drank out of mine. Germans and English drinking out of the same bottle because it was Christmas. We weren't enemies no more. We was men. And then we went back to our trenches, and next day...
You shot him?
Yeah, and his mate. We advanced 25 yards that Boxing Day and only lost 7,000 men. Not bad, was it?
Yeah, that was well worth it, wasn't it? Have you finished now?
No. Then in 1918 we was demobbed and I come home.
Good, thanks.
Yeah, 16 happy years I spent with your mother. And then you come along. A late arrival. Your mother thought she was over all that sort of thing. I think this is shock that killed her. Mind you, you was a nice little boy.
Was I?
When you was young.
Thank you.
You had gold ringlets right down to there.
Yeah. That was before I had it shaved off for the nits, wasn't it?
Yeah, never grew the same again. Not like that.
No.
Oh, Harold, I was very lonely when your mother left.
Was you dead?
Yeah, you was a great comfort to me.
Was I dead?
Yeah. I think if it hadn't been for you, I would have stuck my head in the gas oven and followed her straight away.
Oh, well. We all make mistakes.
Eh?
Nothing. Sit down.
When you was little, I used to sing to you.
Yeah, I know you did.
Do you remember?
Of course I remember. Put me off music for life, it did, I'll tell you. Just want to say that you are the best audience we've had in here tonight.
Yes, indeed. I agree.
Absolutely marvellous. I reckon they've all got a bit of Cockney in them here, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I reckon so. Listen, I tell you, we've all been having a bit of a celebration at home, which has been our Jubilee, and we've had a fantastic time. I'm sure you've had a good time out here. We've celebrated it with our usual Cockney pride.
Yeah.
Which has been handed down to us.
Cockney pride is a flower that's free.
Cockney pride means our own dear land to us.
And our pride, it forever shall be.
London is London. It can't resist us.